Is Frank being judged? I hope you like the pun there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever one it happens to be for you. I hope you are doing very well. So we have got the game coming up at home against his former club, Brentford. Now, this game isn't going to be an easy game. They have been pretty good, Brentford. I know they've just lost a game, but I do think that against Arsenal, it is always going to be a tricky game. We found it very tricky, more than just tricky, to be fair. So I don't expect them probably to go away to them and win. But with us, it is a little bit different, especially as we haven't been particularly good at home. And they've got a point to prove against Frank as well. So there's like a double sort of edged sword when it comes to why they might want to beat us or be up for beating us, if you like. With the way that we play, again, we have to improve. Like, we just have to improve. The players need to obviously show fight as well. The players also need to maybe show us something on the pitch for people to be cheering for, and then the fans won't get onto them, and then they will cheer, and it kind of goes round in a circle because one hand sort of feeds the other. If you see good football, you're going to cheer and not boo. Not that I agree with the booing, because as I've always said I don't think it's helpful. And as I said as well, if you want to do it at the end of the game, I get it, but during the game and to single out one player, I've never ever liked that. That's just my opinion and that's just me, but that's how I feel about it. But I do think, like I say, it kind of goes hand in hand with, if they show us something better, then fans will get behind them and cheer. Show us that, you know, you're fighting, you're giving everything. And I think that a lot more fans will be on board with that. I think that Frank really does need to set us up to be more attacking. He needs to get through to the players about attacking, because the stats so far have been absolutely atrocious with the actual attempts on target, and the attempts overall have been so poor. We've got our defenders scoring the most goals, and I think that's just unacceptable to have defensive players scoring the most goals. That can't last forever. That can't be the case. And I just think that he really needs to get through to his players, that he wants more from them in an attacking sense. When it comes to formation, I've said this, he needs to stick to a formation, stick to some players, and that's it. Like, I would like him to play the same players that he played against Newcastle. I think that the same formation, same players, apart from I know he rested Mickey for that game, but mostly the same players and the same tactics, because the players need to get used to one way of playing and to get very good at one style of football. They can't just keep playing loads of different random formations. You can change it every now and again, but we haven't got time on the training pitch to train them. So I don't know what he expects. As I say, we need an identity. We need him to show us that identity, and I feel like sticking with something for a little bit will help with that. And I think that he really does need to do that. Now, let's wait and see if he does. So I would, like I say, play the same, minus Danso. I think Danso did do well against Newcastle. I would put Mickey back, because he's one of our best players. So I would personally just stick with that, because I think that is the way to go to be able to, like I say, get some consistency, because I do think consistency has been our main problem. I think that having the players keep chopping and changing doesn't build up relationships, doesn't build up like time on the pitch where they know where each other's going to be, what's expected of them, because they keep changing players and changing formation all the time, and I just don't think that helps. We might say, well, he doesn't know his best 11. Well, I think he needs to quick fast decide on a 11 and stick with it and see if that is his best 11. I think everybody probably disagrees slightly on the best 11. I will say that, because it's like, would you play Spence? Would you play Porro, Adogi? which one would Spence come in for? I think people probably say that's an issue. The whole Bentancur and Paulinho thing, that's obviously an issue. So there are quite a few players that probably people won't agree on. However, I think that Thomas Frank spends a lot more time with the players than what we do. We only see them every now and again. We see him maybe training in a video, or we see him on the pitch. So I think that he should have the best idea of what he wants from his players and how they should be playing. So honestly, I think that for me needs to be done by Thomas Frank, and he should be able to do that. That's what he's paid the big bucks for. He paid the big bucks to come in and make players play better, because a lot of people said that we're better than 17th, so we need to do better this season. And thus far, we really haven't been doing that much better when it comes to actually how we're playing, performances, and we're still letting in goals. So I don't think he actually has improved the defence that much, really, if I'm completely honest with you. Although some of them have been a bit bozo moments, I'm not going to lie, and I don't think that's down to Thomas Frank. But I do think overall he hasn't actually improved us in the defensive part, and he hasn't helped with the attack neither. So I don't really know what he's done, and that's probably the issue, because none of us really know what he's done, and none of us can see that he's got a work in progress. And I think work in progress is the main thing. I think that we all need to see a work in progress, something to get behind, and I really do hope that that is going to happen when we play Brentford. I think that the 2-2 was a fair result, as I said in my other video. But I do think this game, I think it needs to be one that we win. Although I'm not confident about us winning, I am going to put us down for a 2-1 win. I think that we have to win this game. I think that we have to show some fight at home. We have to give the fans at home something to cheer for, and I think that will go a long way. So for me, it is 2-1, my score prediction. Please let me know yours. Please let me know what you think about Frank, what you think he should do, who you think he should play. Should he stick to what he played on against Newcastle, or would you change it back again to something different? Would you change formation? Let me know. I would love to know your thoughts on the whole thing. Honestly, I just want us to do better. I just want to see us do better, because this is quite taxing watching it at the moment, and I really don't want it to be that way. I want to be able to watch my team and feel positive about it, but at the moment I just don't. So I'm hoping that the turning moment was the fact that we did fight back from losing position twice to get a point at a really tough ground at Newcastle. So I'm hoping that is a slight turning point for us. We'll have to wait and see, as I say. But yeah, let me know what you think. We'll speak again real soon, and take very good care of yourselves.